Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show, presented by Mel Helmet Ford. Morning, Nick.
Good morning, Phil. Here we are.
Josh has changed. No, Josh is not here.
Josh is not here. I got big shoes to fill today.
You do, don't you?
That guy he is sharp as a tack, let me tell you.
Anyway, it's a call-in show. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it might be that you don't understand about your car, we need some questions about it, help understanding better, or you just got an opinion on something you want to talk about in the automobile world. I don't care if it's racing, it's new cars, used cars, anything in the automobile world. You can get on the phone and you get a great price package valued. There's a new number, Nick.
There's a new number.
And I don't remember the exact number now. I'm drawing blank. It's over 200. We've been using 130 forever, but it's over a $200 package.
You never factored the inflation in there, did you?
Well, we had left it there for so long is what we did.
Right.
And then again, like Josh always says, what's the value of that multi-point inspection that we do to help protect your car?
Right. What's the long-term value?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if it's got four wheels and a gas pedal, call us and talk to us about it, right?
That's right. We want to hear from you. We'll get you that great price package, mail it out to you. Now, Nick, you're going to get tested.
Okay, let's go.
What's in the package?
Okay, you get the Works package, oil change, multi-point inspection, and tire rotation for your vehicle, a BG products package with 44K and CF5?
MOA.
Okay. You get $10 to Mel's Diner to get something to eat while you're here, and you get $50 in Ford. $10 in Ford Pass Rewards. I was close.
Missing one thing.
What am I missing?
Nitrogen for your tires.
Nitrogen for your tires.
Yes.
See, Josh, that's what I'm saying. He is so good at that. I think he practices. Do you think he practices?
I don't know. He must.
He's so
But
good.
he can rattle it off like a no tomorrow.
I know.
And he can be texting somebody on this answer, because we get quite a few texts back and forth on the phone during the show. But he can be texting somebody and rattle that thing off.
Yeah.
It's probably because he's done it so many times.
Probably so.
You know,
but I still bet he practices, though.
I don't know when he's got time to practice.
I don't know either.
I'm kind of thinking about that myself. So anyway, hey, let's get the phones. We're going 316-462-3673. That's the number that comes into the front desk. Tell the girls there you want to get patched in the podcast, and we'll get you. They'll send us a text, and we'll let them know to patch you in here with your question. And again, anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything automobile, anything you don't understand, you got lights on your car, that kind of thing. And we'd love to hear from you and give you that great package value. Now over $200.
That's a lot of money.
So Nick, you were supposed to put together a list of everything we're going to talk about today. Did you do that?
Nope. We're going to wing it. That's what I tell you. We're just going to wing it.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess let's kick off. It's Black Friday here at Mel Hamilton Ford.
Yep. Big Black Friday event.
It's always fun. We've decided now that we do it a lot earlier instead of just doing it Black Friday itself. We've been kicking it off all week with the black envelopes, and I'm telling you, I've seen people walk out of here with an additional anywhere from $500 to $5,000. But I've seen $1,750. I've seen $22,000. I've seen $2,300. So there's a lot of good numbers out there. And basically, what it amounts to is whenever you purchase a car, as soon as we're all done, getting ready to head you back to sign your paperwork, we go over and drop those black envelopes, and you can take that money, put it in your pocket for Christmas cash, or put it towards your deal, whatever you like to do. And I'm telling you, it's 50-50. People are taking it and putting towards their deal, and 50% of them are taking the cash for Christmas shopping.
Yeah, and you can also win gas, right?
Well, that's coming.
Oh, that's coming. Okay.
That's coming. It's coming down the road. It's coming down the road. We're going to have a deal coming out. That's going to start on Wednesday. And everybody that buys a car there, we're going to grab 5 of them, and they're going to win a tank of gas a week for a year.
That's pretty incredible.
Add that up.
Yeah.
1 tank a week for a year. I don't know how much better Black Friday can get than that.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of money, especially if you drive an F-150. Believe me. But yeah. Walking across the showroom, I've spotted some people drawing envelopes over there, and I've seen some people get pretty excited. So there is some stone cold cash in those envelopes, and that's pretty awesome that you or Lisa are doing that for your customers. And like I said, nobody does Black Friday any better. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay. So yesterday afternoon, Capital City is having a MMA and kickboxing event over at at the Cotillion.
Yep.
And the fighters came in here on the showroom floor.
Yep. We had a weigh-in yesterday.
And I had some pictures. Of course, I had to get in and box a few of them around. If I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yes, I know.
Take care of a few of them.
Yeah.
They didn't think I could, but I did. But anyway, no, it was a lot of fun getting to meet the fighters. And, you know, what still blows me away about those guys, they can get in the ring and just beat the every little you-know-what out of each other. And they get up and hug. And it's a sport I can't get over. But now standing there with all those guys in one area, I still remember the very first time we had a fight out here on the lot. And we used Lisa's office for the meeting before with the doctor and the official and all that stuff. And all those guys are in there. I mean, I walked in there that first time. I had to leave. I mean, I just think about those guys starting getting beat up and all that testosterone in the room. I about threw up. I'm not kidding you. I left. And it's kind of the same way yesterday on the showroom there and all those guys. Now, I will tell you, they all seemed to get along pretty well. But there's a couple of them. They did that stare down. Woo, boy. Yee. But
kind of like another sport we know pretty well, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of exactly right. So, so anyway, if you're not doing anything tonight, get out to the Cotillion. It should be some fun times and have some fun out there. Watch those fights. I think there's 12 total fights, and I think they're all amateur fights too. And I didn't realize this either, how much difference of what you can and can't do an amateur versus a pro.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
A few of them. A couple of things is when the guy's on the ground, you can only wrestle in amateur. You can't throw any punches, and I mean you can throw punches and stuff, but you can't do your elbows and stuff like that. And you got to stay the waist up from when they're on the ground, and can't work their legs. I mean, it's different things and stuff. I don't know why that is or whatever.
Yeah,
from that part. So, but it was fun. Check out our Facebook page with the pictures we had out there. Lisa and I took some pictures in between those guys. Then we took a group picture. I had the belt. You know what's crazy about that belt?
Is it heavy?
It was heavy. It wouldn't fit around my waist.
Like it was too small?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought that thing would be bigger than it, but because I tried to put it, if you look at the picture, I'm holding it because I couldn't get it around to get it latched on from that part. So anyway, a lot of exciting things out here at Mel Hambelton Ford. Don't miss it. And from that part. So now, Nick, we got to kick it over to racing because racing's coming.
Yeah,
we're technically in our off season, but PRI is around the corner.
Yeah, we don't have an off season anymore. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, PRI is around the corner. Lots of cool stuff we're doing for PRI. Gonna show off some stuff we're not going to talk about yet. No, but
we do have a surprise coming. In case you know what PRI is, Professional Racing Industry. It's the biggest racing show in the country. It's in Indianapolis. This is going to be our 6th year to have a booth there. For those of you that haven't ever been to PRI, if you was to walk PRI, and it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And if you was to walk that whole place, because they fill up the convention center, they fill up the hallways, they fill up the Colt Stadium.
Yep.
I don't think if you wanted to see the whole place and walk it, or maybe you could walk and never stop.
You could probably walk it, but if you actually wanted to take anything in, you couldn't do it in 3 days. But it's kind of like the SEMA show, which is SEMA is like for automotive aftermarket, but it's the SEMA show, but for high performance in racing.
Let's know Tony after getting sassy about the cheeseburgers. All right,
Too many racetracks.
All right, Tony. That's all right. That's okay. Those boys are bigger than me. I can tell you that. That's for one thing.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, we try our hardest to lay off the racetrack cheeseburgers. Yeah. We try to plan around that the best we can.
Yeah. But anyway, PRI is everything from anything racing. And I don't care what class it is, from a dirt to drag to road racing, motorcycles,
quarter midgets,
everything you can about imagine there. So it's really a fun show. So we're headed back up there this year again. It's the was it 13, 14, 15?
Yeah, 11, 12, 13, whatever that. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is second week of December. So
it is 11, 12, 13.
Yep.
Of course, the 7th, that Sunday, we will head up and go to our Hoosier meetings and meet with all of the distributors up there, which ought to be an interesting meeting again this year.
Yep.
So that's a long week for us. We're gone. We leave on a Sunday. We get home Saturday night.
Yep. And if you are going to PRI, we're in booth 3539 in the main hall right next to Hoosier Racing Tire. So, it's been a lot of fun, displaying at PRI every year. We kind of started out with a smaller booth, and then we moved to a peninsula booth, which is really cool. And it's been really good for Mel Hambleton Racing. It's definitely helped us build our customer base and helped us grow and get our name out there. So looking forward to doing it again and many more times in the future. So,
and we'll also, again, this will be our 3rd year to do the interviews of all the Hoosier Hero drivers.
Yep.
Nick, can you tell them what Hoosier Hero driver, how that really works and what happens? Because I don't know all the ins and outs of that.
yeah, so every year, Hoosier requests nominations for drivers around the country that run Hoosier tires in all genres of racing. Doesn't matter what it is, and they pick, they pick like the top 50 racers that get nominated, and then you go in and you vote. And I think they settle on 10 or 12 or something like that. But then they're the Hoosier Hero drivers for the next race season, and they do a big announcement of who they are at 10 a.m. on the first day of PRI. They're in the Hoosier booth, and then they have different interviews and activities and stuff throughout the week, and they have a big banquet for them. And that's just one of the things that we participate in with Hoosier is we get on this live podcast and interview all of the Hoosier Hero drivers. And we've interviewed a few of them over the past couple of years that have kind of got some big breaks and kind of turned out to be some big names. So it's kind of exciting to see those guys and meet those guys and interview them and see where they go with their racing career.
It's interesting to hear their stories, to hear the different things they race and how they came up in the racing and that kind of stuff too. So a lot of fun. And the other thing is, every time I get done interviewing those guys, if they're on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I follow them. And Derek Fletcher.
Yep.
He's a road course racer with the Camaro, and it's cool because I'm still following him, still talking to him, even it's on Instagram where he loves the most, where he posts the most there from that part, but still communicate with him back and forth.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it's not just men either. It's men and women and kids. I mean, I think we've had some little kids on there that were quarter midget racers or mini moto racers or something like that. So it's pretty neat just to see the variety and kind of even like learn about the different kinds of racing that these people do that we don't normally get to, see and interact with on a daily basis.
Well, and the other thing is to keep if you don't have your notifications turned on or liked the Mel Hambleton Racing or Mel Hambleton Ford sites, please do that, because all those 3 days we're going to have some other interviews that we already have set up. Can't let it out of the bag yet, but some pretty cool interviews we're going to have on other besides the Hoosier Hero drivers to interview on there. And you don't want to miss these interviews that we come up with. They're pretty cool guys and do a lot of stuff in racing.
Some pretty big names in the racing business. So
it's going to be fun to have that. It's a long week, but it's a fun week too, and we make a lot of friends and a lot of acquaintances there in PRI. So stay tuned for some more announcements on what our surprise is, what we're going to have there, and what we're going to do from that part. It's going to be a long week, but a fun week. So anyway, let's get the phones. We're going 316-462-3673. Anything ailing in your car? We're talking about racing, but heck, that's part of automobile, right?
Yeah, that's it. Like I said, 4 wheels and a gas pedal and a steering wheel. But I don't know. I think people call in and want to talk to Josh. Because when Josh isn't here, like, nobody calls.
Huh.
So I don't know.
Anyway, Cody Williams, happy Thanksgiving. It just doesn't seem like Thanksgiving with next week.
It doesn't. This year has gone by so fast. I can't believe it.
This weather's been too nice too. I think that's part of it.
I know. And then, did you look at the weather? Like next week, we get like our 1 week a year of fall temperatures, and then it's freezing and snow.
It's typical. Anyway, it's supposed to be cold now, but I don't like it. I hate it. I'd much rather be sweating than freezing.
Same
on that part. So
same.
Okay, so we kind of got that updated. Nick, anything latest on the racing parts side? I just, as we were sitting in my office getting ready to get on the show, a gentleman called in to you talking about fittings.
Yeah, so our racing business this year has grown, a lot again, and we're constantly adding new products and just kind of growing that and making more variety of stuff available to the racers. But yeah, I had a good friend of mine for a long time that is a customer of ours already, but he's kind of looking to expand. He called me this morning and wanted to know about expanding his fitting line and a new addition to his building that he built. And, the fittings and the plumbing kind of seems like it makes the racing world go around a little bit. But
When you start adding up how many fittings are on it,
yeah,
even a production car, how many fittings are on the
I
cars
know. And
nowadays?
you talk about that fitting and those fittings and that plumbing and stuff. And I mean, there's so many places out there that sell that stuff, and there's a lot of other companies that sell really good, high quality ones. But putting that part of your car together is so hard to do out of a catalog. Like, you can kind of draw it out and you can kind of figure out how you want it, and you can order all those fittings and those pieces. But at the end of the day, when you're putting it together, it never works out exactly how you think it's going to. So you're always not going to have something or whatever. And that's kind of what we've really tried to do here at Mel Hambelton is have that variety. I think we've got over 700 SKU numbers of AN fittings in our line now, and just to have those on the shelves. And we've got guys that'll come in here sometimes 2 or 3 times a day when they're plumbing their cars, and trade stuff out and get other stuff that they forgot. And so it's a lot easier when you just have somewhere in town that you can just go and get the stuff that is going to have it. So we've really worked really hard on that, and we've been pretty successful with it.
Anyway, Jeremy Kane, would you have a windshield for a 2013 Explorer? Yes.
Yeah.
Would you be able to do a recall on a 13 Explorer for the windshield moldings? Jeremy, I need your VIN number.
Yep.
So we can check that recall and see those windshield pillar moldings. Recall on the Explorer has been a nightmare getting a supplier to supply us the parts. I haven't checked on that one in a while to know kind of the status of that. But if you give me the VIN number, if you want to message me that VIN number, I'll check it and see where we're at with parts and stuff. But I know we got a windshield for sure, not a problem on that part of the equation. But I just need to check that recall and see if we have the parts available for you. Darren McKim's on live with us. Morning, Darren. Craig Miller's live with us. He wants to know how many shows to begin at Fairgrounds next year. Well, Craig, let's talk about that. Schedule's not out yet because we're having a battle.
Yeah.
I will tell you that it looks like there will be no racing in April this year. Trying to be politically correct here, but I think everybody can read through where I'm at and what we're talking about there too. But yeah, it looks like there's no racing in April, but we're going to try to get 12 shows in still from that part. So it's going to look like it's going to be May, June, July, and August.
Yeah.
We've decided that the month of September is too hard to make that happen. With the fairgrounds having all their stuff in both years, September got rained out. So I think that's something that's telling us not to race in September. And I will tell you, we've tried twice in October to race, and the fans don't show up. So we try to put on 2 great shows with the Open Modifieds a year ago, and we put on the ASCS 360s again, and the crowds didn't show up. Not sure why, but we didn't have any crowds. So we're going to stop in October and in August. Starting May, we got a few new exciting things coming for 2026. So stay tuned. I would love to have already had this schedule out already. But
yeah, it's just tough to build.
Everybody can read through what I'm saying. It's been a battle.
It's just tough to build on an event when you can't get the same dates that you had the previous year to run the same show. And
yeah, so Craig, I hope you can read what I'm saying, and we'll keep this track alive in Hutchinson. There's we're going to keep going as hard as we can with this thing, but it's a tough deal trying to schedule when you can't keep the same dates year after year that you've already been had and stuff like that too. So I guess everybody hang tight, and hopefully within the next week or 2, we can have the schedule for the 2026 Salt City Racing out there for everyone to get ready to go from that part. So, okay. Anyway, 316-462-3673. Let's prove Nick wrong that only people want to talk to Josh, and why Josh isn't here, no one's calling in.
Yes, prove me wrong. We want to talk to somebody. Yeah. But Salt City, let's talk about 2025. We had, overall we had a great year in 2025, and we had a lot of cool events, and we had some good crowds, and we had a lot of great sponsors that stepped up to the plate to help us, grow that racetrack, and even more than what we did the first year. And we had a lot of fun with it. We're going to go to a little bit different format this year with our scheduling. We're going to have more 2-day events. May not run the same thing on both nights, but we're going to have more 2-day events to kind of help, help the racers kind of plan a little bit better and stuff like that. So you know, I think it's going to be a better deal for everybody. And
Well, I'm going to tell you, you know, we went over to the Hutch Chamber deal on Tuesday,
mhm.
and we had a booth in the expo before the actual chamber meeting, and the response still from that community is huge. How much they love racing, want to be part of it. Several of our sponsors were um, there and have already committed back to 2026. Got 2 new sponsors already that have come and said they want to be part of it, and are sad they weren't involved already. So that's exciting stuff too from that part. And we're going to keep this thing growing and everything else like that to keep this track alive at Hutchinson and keep going. And I think this new schedule we're coming up with is going to be more productive and more easy, and make it fun for everybody from that part too. So anyway, what else, Nick?
I don't know, Phil.
Jeremy
It's
Kane.
Saturday morning.
No one wants to call in because Josh isn't here.
Yeah, I know.
It's terrible.
I know.
Josh is probably sitting. I don't know where he's at.
He's probably on a beach somewhere.
No, he's not. He's got a whole bunch of family in town.
Oh, I gotcha.
I think he told me why, but I can't remember why they're there. He's got something going on. So glad he's off. Glad he's having some fun too.
Totally.
So,
Totally. He works hard.
Anyway, 316. Let's prove Josh wrong, and some people we can get a phone call. Let's get one in here.
Let's get one in here.
Rather,
where's Jordan Whitehead when you need him?
Oh God, he's probably still sleeping.
He probably is still asleep.
Probably still sleeping. So, but anyway, we went through Black Friday. We went through that, and you know, I always ask Josh some exciting things or what happened in the shop this week, and he's always got something that goes through there. And you know, Nick, I know that's not up your alley either of knowing everything that goes on in that shop, but he's always got something that show of lack of preventative maintenance on what people could have done to save them a lot of dollars. But I still think it's a lot of today. We just our cars are so reliable, so good that we just jump in these things and we take off.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of it is. And then these lights come on and people think that they can keep going. And, you know, I had a gentleman call me the other day with a check engine light on his F-150. And he said, I'm not going to drive it. I said, look, it's okay to drive it to the store as long as it's not flashing. That thing starts flashing, yes, then you do need to shut it down. But at least he knew and thought that anytime that light was on, he shouldn't drive it. He was looking for a tow job is what he was looking for. And, oh, look at that. Jeremy Kane just smacked you pretty hard.
Yeah, he did.
That's all right.
Yeah, he did. You may be right. I don't know.
I don't know.
You may be right. But
anyway, those lights on the cars. Yeah, years ago, some of the times those lights weren't as accurate they are today, but they are today of telling you that that's what I say. It's the way the car's talking to you and telling you, hey, I got an issue. I need some help. And the longer you drive those cars with those lights on, the more it's going to cost you to get them fixed. But again, on the check engine light or service engine soon light or whatever, or any of those lights start flashing at you, that means you're doing detrimental damage to some other component or an engine or a transmission. And sometimes those vehicles will go into what they call limp mode and shut things down so you can't hurt them as bad as you would be.
But you don't have to wait until a light comes on to get it serviced. Get it serviced regularly. I'm going to throw my wife under the bus here for a minute, but because I know she's probably not watching. But I jumped in her Explorer about a month ago, and I looked at I don't ever hardly drive it, you know, and I jumped in it for some reason, and I looked at the mileage on the odometer, and I looked at the sticker, and she was almost 2,000 miles over on her service. And I said, Megan, what are you doing? And well, we got it in here and we got it serviced up. I mean, there wasn't, you know, no harm, no foul there, but pay attention to what that sticker says. Get that thing in here every 5,000 miles.
And every 5,000 miles. Don't watch that oil life. If you're going to watch the oil life percentage on there, when it hits 50%, change it. Okay. That's how far off I believe and truly believe. And most people that repair cars in this automobile world believe how far off those oil life monitors are.
Yeah. They're not
the
accurate.
engines are better. The oils are better, you bet, but your engine still develops deposits, still develops carbon, still develops condensation, still develops sludge, still develops wear particles that you got to get out of there to help it do what it needs to do. So, Nick, on your situation, years ago, we had piston rings that were cast iron. And those that cast iron versus cast iron wore cylinder walls really hard. And you tear an engine down at 80, 90,000 miles, you'd have wear in those cylinders. Today, with these low friction rings that we have, you can tear an engine down with 120,000 miles and there's no wear, and you can still see the honing marks in the cylinder because of the least friction.
Yeah.
That's on an engine that's well taken care of. So now what happens, like in Nick's situation, when you go that long, that oil has so much more of a chance to build sludge, build carbon, and gets behind those rings. And those rings, instead of sealing, they lock because of the carbon buildup around them, and they can't do as good a job. And over time, you just start losing horsepower, start losing torque, you start losing fuel economy, but you don't notice it because it's just a gradual go away.
Yep.
But BG has come up with a additive to go into the engine before you change it. Basically, the engine is warm, run it, pour it in the oil, run it for about 15 minutes, and then drain it, and it will clean all that carbon up behind those rings. Now, we had those old cast iron rings and stuff like that. We had carbon before. We just didn't realize what was causing it, what was doing it. But now with those low friction rings, you can put that in there, clean it up. And we have customers that will call us after they leave Quick Lane and say, oh, my God, my power. I got more power. I'm getting better fuel mileage. That's how much it's changed those vehicles. So in your situation, Nick, I hope you did. Maybe you didn't or whatever. I would have put a can of the BG Restore in that engine.
Oh, we did the full BG.
There we go. Okay.
Works there. But yeah, no, we even, we use that additive in our GM crate race motor. And
well, I'll give you, we'll talk about that. We did it in our race motor after a year. And well, that's back when we had both cars too.
Yep.
And 2 modifieds running. And we checked compression before we did it. The compressions were all okay, but they were all over the board. We ran that through that modified motor, drained the oil, put new oil in it, and then went and run the compression check, and all the compression came back to exactly even across that motor from that part. So there's so many ways of doing that. And here's what I'm going to tell you is now both GM and Ford have introduced BG products into their recommended maintenance from that part. So if the manufacturer's now saying, oh, wait a minute, hang on a minute here, this is good stuff and this is going to do a quality thing for the cars, and now the manufacturers are recommended, I think that's a good telltale sign.
100%.
Show me another additive or cleaner or anything else like that that's endorsed by a manufacturer, because you can't. So,
nope, they're the best.
Michael Lee Post, good morning. Jeremy Kane, my son and I are working on a sponsorship for the kids' night at the track. Got to get the kids to the track. Hey, 100% agree with that too. Anyway, Lincoln Moore, any changes to the track for a facility for 2026? Can you do a discount pick package or purchase passes both nights the same day, 2 fast shows? Yeah, Lincoln, Chris Pitts put a spot out there about changing the track to 3/8 because what's going on out there at Rush County that William Nusser's doing there. And it's a big number, everybody, to switch that racetrack in Hutchinson to 3/8. It's a big number. And
it's going to stay a half mile.
It's going to have to stay a half mile unless someone wins the lottery and brings us a chunk of change. We've already checked into it and kind of know what it's going to take. But the real problem is to make it where it needs to be. That stage in front of there is the problem.
Yep.
If we shorten the track up, we're going to have to get it to a 3/8. We're going to have a circle. From that part, that's why it won't work. So.
And then there's a lot of utilities and stuff that run under the ground there in the infield too that would all have to be moved, and
lots of money. So you know what? This thing's a half mile. It's been a famed half mile for 100 and some years. I understand some racers think that's better to run on a 3/8. I get that too. To me, it's a little harder on your motors, but again, if you gear it right and do what you got to do on those situations, from that part. But I understand I see both sides of the coin, but unless we get somebody with a lot of money to come in there and change that up, it's going to be crazy. As far as some discount pit passes and stuff like that, me and Nick have already talked about having a yearly pass. We've talked about having a multi-day pass. So we have some things coming up there too, Lincoln, to let you know where you're at. How long do the compressions stay up after the treatment? Well, we did that check after a year's worth of racing. So that was probably 40 nights on them motors.
Yeah.
And be honest with you, we haven't redone it yet again. So
no,
I'm going to tell you, it's going to determine, in my opinion, Lincoln, which fuel you're running in the motors, whether you're running an alcohol or running a gasoline type And then also the next thing is going to be is how's your carburetor set up?
Yep.
Because that's another crucial thing, the mixture that you're putting in that engine. If you put it too rich, you're going to build up more carbon. Build it too lean, you don't want to do that because you know what's going to happen there. We're going to burn pistons.
Yeah.
But if you're running one too rich, you're going to build a heck of a lot more carbon and stuff in there. So that's going to do that from part. Next thing is how often you changing your oil. That's another thing that's going to affect those rings, how often you have that oil change. And I'm going to tell you guys, in that modified in the 604 crate, it was an every night change for me. Every night. And
Yep.
some guys go 2 and 3 nights, drives me crazy. You got a $10,000 motor, and that's how you want to treat it. That's your choice.
Well, in those, in those crate motors, you got to run thin oil, and you got to run 6 quarts to keep the horsepower up there where it needs to be. So it's going to break down a lot quicker.
And with BG, we do a lot of oil tests and stuff too. And just like, for example, this last time on the late model, we actually were changing the late model every other night because this only takes 6 gallons to hold that.
It only takes 6 gallons of oil. So
a lot more oil there to use and stuff. Granted, it's a lot more horsepower, a lot more power and stuff too. But we did go 3 nights this last time just because how the schedule worked and how the rainouts worked and everything else from that part. So we did take a sample after 3 nights of our BG oil that we run in the late model. And I was floored. It's still tested coming back at a 40 weight oil. And that's where it started. It's a 40 weight oil that we put in there. And after 3 nights of racing, it's still testing a 40 weight oil.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So hope that answers your questions there, Lincoln, from that part. So anyway, a lot of things happen at the Salt City. So we'll have some, hopefully have an announcement here in the next couple of weeks, get these dates set and locked in stone. I will tell you probably the last thing we're waiting on is USAC and Belleville. We're trying to team up with Belleville for the USAC race on the Silver Crown cars. So we'll see how that works out. Was on the phone with Belleville just yesterday from that part too. So we'll just have to see how things roll out there. Who knows? It could be a 1-night USAC race and a second night at Belleville, or it could turn into be a 2-night race at Salt City.
Yeah, going to have to make some changes to the Salt City 100 to attract some more cars. So that's what we're working on.
Yeah. So, and I think it's about all we can let out of the bag right now. All we can tell is we're going to run 2-day shows. Will be no racing in April, but we'll
have USAC or ASCS National Series is going to come back in May.
So we're still going to try to have 12 nights in, and we got a couple other different. I'll say one a sanctioned body and another one a different type of an event. How about
that? There we go.
Coming in line for 2026. So everybody stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. Everything updated from that part too. So Nick, you're right. No one wants to talk to just you and I. They want to talk to. They want to talk to Josh.
They want to talk to Josh.
That's our fault. No one's wanting to call in the show. Got some good comments coming through the show and that sort of thing too. But anyway, let's go through real quick and one more time. It's Black Friday here at Mel Hambelton Ford. Purchase a car, grab a black envelope, and in those envelopes are dollar amounts of anywhere from $500 to $5,000. And I've seen some big ones come out of there already. And you can take that money and put it there for Christmas shopping or put it towards your deal, whatever you want to go do. And it's about 50-50. People are taking the cash versus putting it towards their car deal. I think people want to have some Christmas cash too. Yep. Stay tuned. Tuesday, we'll have another ad pop up with some more exciting stuff coming starting on Wednesday. So lots of things coming from that part too.
No, High Limits is not coming.
Jeremy, we did talk intensely with Brad Sweet. I was on the phone with him many, many times to talk about it. And just could not get it fit into Salt City's schedule for 2026. And he promised me that we're not off the schedule for 2027, but he will be looking at us again in 2027. So anyway, Black Friday here at Mel Hambelton Ford on that part. And also on Black Friday, have kind of tease at Quick Lane. There's going to be some exciting stuff for first few people through the door on Black Friday from that part. Also, the hours are normal hours on this Black Friday. We did it like that last year. The 10-car deal that we used to do is kind of run its course. And so we'll have a lot of other exciting things coming out the middle of the week next week. I still can't believe it's Thanksgiving already.
I can't either.
From that part. So everybody stay tuned to Facebook page, watch for the ads that are coming out and that sort of thing, and be excited for some good times here at Mel Hambelton Ford at Black Friday, and don't want to miss it. So anyway, PRI, we're ready to go for that. We'll be teasing you a little bit, some exciting stuff we're going to be doing at PRI from that part. Interviews with the Hoosier Hero drivers. So make sure you're liking our Facebook page or getting everybody you can to stay tuned for our notifications when we're going to go live at PRI with the Who's Your Hero drivers, and also some very predominant people in the racing world that have agreed to jump on a podcast and talk about what's going on in their world of racing too. So it should be a fun time to stay tuned for that stuff too. So, Nicholas, I got a lot to do today. I don't know about you, but I got a lot to get done. Since no one wants to talk to us, that's okay. We got some chat going, but that's okay too.
We're going to go to work.
Love the chat. We're going to go to work, everybody. Everybody, you guys have a great Saturday. Have a great Thanksgiving. Stay happy, stay safe, and don't forget Black Friday at Mulholland Ford. No one does Black Friday like Mulholland Ford. I've said that for many, many years, and it's very true. So, everybody, have a great Saturday. Stay warm because it's coming, and we will talk to you. Yeah, we'll be on the air next Saturday.
Yeah,
we'll be next Saturday. So, everybody, have a great Saturday. Talk to you soon.